Do you really know what's coming? Let's uncover it together. Today we're exploring 4 unexpected signs of Christ's second coming, which are unfolding before our very eyes. Here's the amazing part. What you're about to learn could completely change the way you view the world in just a few seconds. Stay with us as we unravel this mystery. The book we're referencing is unlike any other. The Bible is not just a history book, it's a timeless story from the creation of the earth to the end of the world. No other text dares claim such comprehensiveness or authority, especially given the unique perspective it provides, truth about the future revealed by the Creator himself. God has shared these revelations not to satisfy curiosity, but to prepare us. He wants us to recognize the signs, to be vigilant, and not be surprised by his return. It's a gift, and we should be very grateful for it. Are we living in the last times? The Bible has said we have been in the last days ever since Pentecost, over 2,000 years ago. Every Christian generation is told to prepare for Christ's return. The Bible is filled with 735 prophecies, and an incredible 596 have already been fulfilled, literally and precisely. That's 81% of its prophecies. With such an impressive track record, it's hard to doubt that the remaining 19%, which focus primarily on Christ's return, will also come true. What should we be watching for? In Matthew 24, Jesus outlines the signs of his coming. Let's follow this together. The disciples asked him, "Tell us, when will these things be? What will be the sign of your coming and of the end of the age?" Jesus answered plainly, "Let no one mislead you. Many will come and claim, 'I am the Messiah,' and deceive many. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but do not be alarmed. These things must happen, but the end is not yet. Nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places, but these are just the beginning, labor pains." He warned about persecution, false prophets, and widespread sin. Many will fall away from their faith, and love will grow cold. Yet, those who endure to the end will be saved. And here's the amazing part. The gospel of the kingdom will be preached throughout the world, so that all nations will hear it. Then the end will come. This passage is both sobering and inspiring. Jesus tells us to be vigilant, not to be misled, and to see these events not as signs of despair, but as signs of hope for what is to come. 4 signs we are looking for: worldwide disasters, wars, famines, earthquakes. These events are intensifying, signaling the birth pangs of a new world. Fraud and false prophets. Many will claim to be saviors, taking advantage of the chaos and misleading people. Persecution of the church. Believers will face hatred, but a pure and powerful remnant will emerge from this trial. The global proclamation of the gospel. Despite the tribulations, the gospel will reach every corner of the earth before the end comes. This is the beginning of our search. These signs are not just warnings, they are calls to action and hope, signs of Christ's return. For the sake of God's chosen people, those days will be short. If anyone says, "Look, the Messiah is here," or "There he is," do not believe him. False messiahs and prophets will arise, who will perform great signs to deceive even the chosen people, if possible. Be careful, I have already told you. If someone claims, "He is in the desert, don't go," or "He is hiding here," don't believe him. The coming of the Son of Man will be evident, like lightning flashing from east to west. Like vultures signaling a nearby corpse, these signs will reveal that the end is near, cosmic signs of his coming. Immediately after those days of tribulation, the sun will be darkened, the moon will lose its light, the stars will fall, and the celestial bodies will shake. Then the sign of the Son of Man will appear. All nations will mourn when they see his return on the clouds, with power and great glory. the angels will sound the trumpet and gather God's chosen people from all corners of the earth. The lesson of the fig tree. When its branches become tender and sprout leaves, you know that summer is close. Likewise, when you see these events occurring, know that his return is at the door. Although heaven and earth pass away, his words remain eternal. The four main signs of his coming disasters in the world. Jesus warned of wars, famines, and earthquakes. These events, although familiar, are becoming more intense, marking the birth pains of a new age. Believers should not fear, but find hope in these pains. Renewal. Deception. False saviors will emerge, taking advantage of fear and chaos to mislead many. Be cautious and hold on to the truth, for these are not the promised saviors. Persecution and apostasy in the church. Global persecution will put pressure on the church, causing some to renounce their faith. But this purification will produce a remnant of believers who will be stronger and more committed, ready to take on the mission of spreading the gospel. Worldwide spread of the gospel despite the challenges. The good news of the kingdom will reach every nation. This global proclamation will take place before the end, ensuring that everyone has a chance to hear the truth. No peace. They preach peace. Rather than being a source of challenge, their message is one of consolation. They say, all is well. This will not happen again. Jesus' advice is clear. Do not give in to these false prophets and press on. Those who endure to the end will be saved. When this sign comes, when all aspects of the church will be despised by the world, this is Jesus' advice to all Christians. Why should this be so? The answer lies in the parable of the wheat and the tares. As they grow together and advance toward full maturity, the tension between them grows. Therefore, it is natural for Christians to come under tremendous pressure as the end draws near. Christians are social misfits, and this invites hatred. The world is not our home. Our citizenship is in the heavenly realms. Our uniqueness is evidence of this fact, and it is because of this uniqueness that hatred can arise. Just as Jesus, so different from everyone else, attracted hatred toward himself, we will experience the same. As it says in John 15:19, "If you were of the world, it would love you as its own. But now you are no longer of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world. Therefore, the world hates you." It doesn't feel good to be ridiculed, but this leads us to the third sign of the end times, the crisis of Jerusalem. The crisis of Jerusalem geographically, this crisis will be limited. In this passage, Jesus refers to the prophecies of Daniel, which mention a character known as the abomination of desolation. Daniel mentions this man 3 times. What does this mean? What's the big deal? It concerns a man who sets himself up in the city of God, declares himself to be God, and refuses to accept any will greater than his own. The arrival of this dictator will have global implications, but will be centered in Jerusalem, the city of God, the holy place. Jesus then reveals the 4th sign of his coming, which will occur immediately after this. At that time, we will know he is coming, and we can be ready. When this sign appears, there will be no threat of false prophets or messiahs. There will be no deception. It will happen very quickly. All natural light will be extinguished. The sun will go black, and the stars will fall. Biblical prophecies of cosmic events. The Bible has many prophecies about this. Isaiah says that the heavens will roll up like a scroll, and all the stars will dissolve and fall, like wilted leaves from the vine or wilted figs from the tree. Natural light will disappear, leaving only artificial light to illuminate the earth. People will wonder, what's happening? What's going on? Christians will shout, this is it. The Son of Man returns. Before this event, God will turn off the lights of heaven to prepare for the lightning flash that marks his return. Then he will ride on the clouds back to earth, and we will meet him, not in some earthly stadium, for none can accommodate such a crowd, but in the air. That will be enough. Isn't this a fantastic prospect? Jesus says, "When you see all these things, know that he is at the gate, about to enter." The lesson of the fig tree. Jesus gives a simple analogy about the fig tree. As soon as its branches become tender and its leaves appear, you will know that summer is near. Jesus is telling us that when we see these events occur, we will know that the time is near. This analogy is not a metaphor, but a simple lesson based on everyday experience, as was common in Jesus' teachings. Final words. When you see these signs, know that Christ's return is near. Unfortunately, many have misinterpreted these signs, but they are clear and obvious. We have discovered amazing signs together, but there is still more to uncover. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss upcoming revelations. Share this knowledge, like and comment to help grow our community. Join us on this journey of discovery and mystery. See you in the next video.